Hello everyone, happy Friday to you. This is Christina from Christina's Art Corner. I am doing a requested video for my colored pencil collection, and I've added a review as well since I had a chance to swatch my pencils, kind of bring them off the shelf, if you will. Actually, they're on a cart. And I've categorized them into budget pencils, mid-range, and high-end. And how I came about that, again, I just want to put a disclaimer out there that these are parameters that I chose for myself, and also my opinions are just that, my opinions. So how I categorized them was per pencil what the cost was. So I took the sets and broke them down into how many were offered, and I came up with a price. So I have selections of 0 to 50 cents. I'm considering a budget pencil. And then over 51 cents up to $1 a pencil is going to be mid-range. And then over $1.01 is going to be high-end, or premium, if you will, sets. So I'm going to go through my cart here to the left, and I have them categorized by those three things. And then also I have my Excel spreadsheet up for some of the parameters that I was using in order to create this video. So I have Ruby Charm Colors Big Book of Color Charts where I've put all the swatches. And then I have gone ahead in Vintage My Room book and selected a page where I could do a bunch of tests. And these are all the pencil sets using 2 colors. And I picked anything close to a green or a greeny yellow depending on the set. And so we'll go ahead and get into this video and start. So I think what I might do is try to, maybe I'll show you the pencils and then show you this in the end, and then see what your opinions are on that. And I'll keep my swatch chart out and keep my book to the side. Okay, so I don't have full sets on all the pencils. I do on many of them, and some of them have come out with bigger sets. So I'm just going to show you what I have, and I don't have every pencil that is made, but I have the ones that I have purchased are 20 pencil sets. So here we go. Now I'm going to put this over here and put my notes over there, and the first ones that I'm going to start out with, I'm actually going to do it in order of cost. So the least expensive pencils that I have are the Color 300. Now at the end of the video, I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions and my favorite sets. So be sure to stay tuned to the end. I have swatched everything already, so I won't be swatching on this video. I will just show you them. So we're gonna start out with the Color 300 pencils. I didn't have any of the Color prior to this pencil set, just this one. So in here we have a super large swatch set. Okay, so just to give you an idea, we started off with pinks and oranges, yellows, blues, and then went into some purples, some greens. Along here, more pinks and purples, and you get some of your brown tones. And then we start getting into metallics, and look at those neons shine. And then you have your fluorescent colors, and then here we have some like bloody red, creamsicle, pumpkin red, just a variation. So I'm not sure how some of these companies come up with how they do their color charts, but nonetheless it's still a guide to go by, and took me a very long time to swatch 300, much less for this video, which was probably upwards of 1,000 pencils. So when I get pencil sets, I am not terrific about swatching them right away. I kind of get in there, pick some pencils, and see what I've got. And I delayed this one because it was 300, but we got it done. So I want to start out here by just picking a pencil and showing you up close. This is a number 7 pencil, and it's deep pink. And if we go on here, you can see the swatch, deep pink, and it is a very, very pretty color. So you have a closed end barrel, and you have a silver writing. It does give light fastness. I'm not sure about those, and truly only a couple of sets am I going to focus on light fast. The rest, I'm just not a professional enough. I don't hang my colorings when I do them. I may want to do a couple, for instance, maybe for family or whatnot. So I have not actually tested the light fast myself, so I won't speak to it until I get to a couple of sets. So there is your pencil and barrel, and you can see you have such, let me open them all so I can flip through. And I love this case, by the way. It's super cool. All right, so here we have our yellows and greens, and then moving into some turquoises and blues. And you've got your lighter turquoises, blues, and purples. I mean, look at all that selection. That is a lot of colors. Then purples, pinks, and then you go into your browns, red browns, and then you have all of your gray tones. There's even this yellow green gray, number 291. Let's see if you could focus. Yeah. So yeah, there's some unique colors in here. And then we have some metallics down at the bottom, and then all of the metallics and neon colors are down here, and then I keep my white and black down here at the bottom. So these turned out to be 19 cents a pencil. So remember that moving forward. These are 19 cents a pencil. Let's do the Brute Funer squares. And let me get to where I have those swatched. Luckily, this one came with a swatch chart as well. And these I have out of order a little bit. Not sure why that blue went there, but anyway. In this set, there's 120, and these wind up being 24 cents a pencil. So you have a square barrel, open-ended, so you can see the core. And then you have numbers. And I don't know, that might be the name of the color, but I just go by the number. And here's the swatch chart. So let's find 88. So this is number 88. Beautiful color set. And I will get to the end about kind of layering, blending, and whatnot, but I just want to show you the sets at first so that you can see them. So there we have some greens, yellows, oranges, reds, browns, and then we get into some grays, and here's where that blue belongs. And I know a lot of people like to have them in rainbow order, and truthfully that would be my preference too, but with time schedules and whatnot, I probably will after this video now do that, because it just is easier to have them all in a certain order. And especially since I have ordered and received Sarah Renee Clark's color cubes, it'll be easier to pick out the colors if they're all in the same order in each set. So yeah, there's the 120 set. This is my favorite color because it's the smallest pencil that I have, and that's number 57. And number 57 on here, right here, it's a minty green. So yeah, it's a pretty color. Okay, so again, Brute Funer squares. These are oil pencils. I just want to go back and say the Color are wax pencils. I pulled them off of previous reviews on the pencils and their description when you purchase them. So we had Color as a wax pencil, Brute Funer squares as an oil pencil, and these were 24 cents and the Color were 19 cents a pencil. We want to see the Brute Funer macaron pencils. And I have these. Okay. I have combined the two pencil sets that I have in this. Isn't this a pretty cup? I like how the colors shine through it. Amazing. So the Brute Funer macaron pencils, pastel pencils, the 50 set is 32 cents a pencil. And here you have, this one for instance is Shell Pink, and it's B1019. And I didn't write the numbers here. I keep them in this set, and I just pick them out by barrel, and they're pretty close to that. And here they are, starting with these here, Brute Funer macaron pastels. And they do have a pretty nice selection of the pastels. So if you wanted to add it to a set that didn't have many pastels, I think it's, you know, worthwhile. They do sell these under different names now, I've noticed. It looks like the same pencil. The packaging is the same, but the seller has a different name in the front. So, and by the way, I have included Amazon links for all these pencils, so they'll be in the description with links. If you find a set that you don't have that you would like, or maybe want to add to, those links will be in the description of the video. So yeah, just to give you a bigger selection here. Here they are. They are pretty colors. Pretty pencils. They have gold lettering. They have the name of the pencil and the number with a gold trim at the end. So yeah, they're very pretty pencils. There's no doubt about that. And I have used them well. Okay. Now moving on to the next set, the Arctics. Okay, so here is the Arctics swatches. I have the 72 set. I got them before the 126 came out. And these are wax-based soft core pencils. It does come in this very pretty box. They come like this, and they're in a foam insert at the bottom. Let me take one out of the middle. Okay, so did I take one that's funky? Yeah. Okay, so it's good to show you this. This is rose red, and they have little stars and dots in between. There's silver writing. They are dipped ends, and there is a number behind here, AT21111, and then you have the Arctics logo and color pencil. Now this one wound up printing on this portion of the pencil rather than the barrel end, and this is magenta, and this has a code of AT4010. Yeah, I think I would just go by the color. Anyway, so yeah, that's two of the pencils. They are nice in hand for sure. So there you go. That's what they look like. And then here are the swatches. So you have your blues and greens and yellows, oranges, pinks, some reds, and then the browns. Yeah, because this was 72. So yeah, there's the swatches for those. I understand the 126 added and took away a couple of colors, so it would be nice maybe one day if I do get the two sets. I think someone has already on YouTube probably compared them, but it would be nice for me to do so as well. And the next one we're gonna go to is the Speer Farben. Here are the Speer Farbens. And I have these in a nice little roll set. These are nice to hold the pencils in. I have varying kinds of cases. Okay, so here we have the pencils. I'll pick out this pretty purple. So you have a gold dipped front end, and then you have the barrel color. They're closed barrels, and this is in a silver Speer Farben, and you get your number, which is 360, and it's blue violet, if you could see that. And this set was 96 pencils, and see, I tend to have a pattern here. Here's my shortest pencil. It's the Blue Lagoon 470. So yeah. The Speer Farben are an oil pencil. Just gonna rub them a little bit so that you can see. And the swatches. Okay, here we go on the swatches. So you can see, I usually do like a darker end on the left, where kind of like I burnish a little bit, and then lighter on the other side. So you have your black, warm grays, browns, and then turquoise, greens, the darker olive greens, blues, purples, orange, reds, pinks, pinky purples, and then your peach or skin tone area, and then your yellows. So that is Spreadsheet. Okay. So let's wrap them up. And then I just wrap the string around and then pull it through. And there we go. Okay, so again, Spreadsheet oil pencil, 45 cents a pencil. The next one we have in line is the Indra Creative Pastel oil pencils. The 72 set is 46 cents a pencil. Now on these, I would consider these a pastel set. I did not pick any of my pastel sets as my budget, mid-range, high-end specialty, like my opinion of what I enjoy and like to use. So the pastel sets are separate. So the Brute Funer macaron that you've seen, these Indra Creative, and one more pastel set that I have. Because they're not a versatile set, I'm not using those as a favorite, but a specialty pencil. So here we have this cute case, and it's Indra Creative Pastels. And let me just find them. So I have the 72 set, and I'll just give you a little closer look. You have nice pinks, orangey yellows, and then there are some purple pinks, yellows, greens, and blues. And I'll leave that down there while, actually I'll try to move it up. There we go. All right, here we are. So we have a square barrel. You have the Indra Creative logo, Professional Color Set Creative, and then there is a number 16. So that is the first one here. So there's the pencil match. That first swatch right here is this pencil. I like the aesthetics of these pencils. I like the black barrel, the silver band, and the silver writing. They are comfortable to use, and they are considered an oil pencil. And let me just go through and show you. Here we have more of like the salmon corally colors, and then getting into the yellows, moving into the yellow greens, some turquoise, light blues, some more blues, and then your purples and pinks, and then a couple of more neutral tones, And then I keep a Prismacolor Premier Colorless blender in here as well. That works nicely with them. I have a book, the Pocket Room book by Coco Wayo, that I wind up using pastel pencils only in. So it's nice that I have the 3 sets, but I use these in the macarons the most. Probably these, I would say. So that's the Indra Creative Pastels. And again, those are 46 cents a pencil. The next one we're going to move into is the mid-range. Now, the mid-range pencils are going to be above 50 cents a pencil. And so the first ones that we have are the Castle Arts Gold, the 120 set. They are a wax base, and again, 54 cents a pencil. So here's the pencil set. And let me get my swatch book ready. So they provide you with their own swatch sheet, which comes in handy. Sorry for my squeaky chair. So I have a lot of nice bright colors. And this one, when I got it, I did not do a harder swatch on the left as I usually do. I just went in and did all of the colors. And then this set, okay, so we have a blue barrel with the color tip, closed tip, with a gold end that you can see, and it has gold here on the end of it to denote that it is the Castle Arts Gold pencil. And then you have a silver band, and I think these are very pretty pencils. So that is the pencil itself. We have the reds and oranges, yellows, greens, blues, purples, some pinks, and then more pinks, and then browns and grays. And in this one, apparently my favorite color is the Venetian Blue Deep 191. And I'll just make sure you can see that closer. Yeah. That is a favorite color. Let's see, it's the 191, so I'll find it on the swatch chart for you. Venetian Blue Deep. It's a like a purpley color, blue purple. So yeah. So there's your colors, very bright and vibrant colors. And again, these are a wax base. They come in a 120 set, and they're 54 cents a pencil. None other than Black Widows. And here I needed to have a large case. I do have, let me just refer to my notes. Okay, so there are 5 regular sets and 2 skin tones. The skin tones make up 24. You have a light skin and a dark skin set, 12 each. And then in the Dragon, Monarch, Scorpion, Black Widow, and Cobra sets, you have 24 in the Cobra and Black Widow and Scorpion, and then 48 in the Monarch and 36 in the Dragon. They are a wax-based pencil, and these wind up being 72 cents a pencil. And And so this is not my favorite case, by the way. I love the casing. I think it's a cute pattern, but I don't like the ones that kind of have this big gap in the center and you're pulling them over. So just heads up in case you're looking for cases. All right, let me get to Black Widow swatches. Now, I did a few of these. I didn't do all of them because they're the one pencil that I never did a full swatch on, but I'm still going to show. Here we go. And in this Ruby Charms, it does provide you with a lot of the pencil sets, but not all. So then you have to go to the back and kind of create your own. So I just did a few out of the colors. Again, you have your Scorpion, Cobra, Black Widow, Dragon, Monarch, and Skin Tones. So you start out with the yellows, move into orange. Now, these will all be filled in. I'll probably do that one day off camera. I didn't want to bother swatching on this video. So then you have your pinks, reds, blues, and then a bluey purple, and you have some greens. And down here we have some browns, red browns, grays. And then here are the skin tones. So you have a skin tone light and a skin tone dark. And again, there's 12 in each set. So there is the swatches, and here are the pencils. So I'm going to choose this pencil. It's the Hot Pink Monarch. They have black barrels. All of them do. And then here you have an orange indication on the Monarch, and you have the closed tipped barrel. The black here is so nice. They're very aesthetically pleasing pencil. And you have MN086. The MN is denoting that it is a Monarch set. And yeah, so there is the pencil. I forget where I took it out of. Okay, here. So we have our yellows and I guess I'll just go ahead and show you. The green band is the Dragon set. And again, you have the closed tip. And then the silver is the Black Widow and has the Black Widow insignia on it. And I did orange, and then green is the Dragon set. So you have the green band and you have DG 131. And so then we have some of the oranges and pinks. Now this gold band here is a skin tone. And so the skin tone, actually, you know, I'm gonna put that in the back because this is where I have my skin tones. Okay, moving on. Let's see. I just want to cover all the pencil set. Here you have all of your greens, lots of colors. Now I combined my sets. I can see where some may not want to combine them, but this was my choice to combine them to see all the colors that I have. We're moving into browns and then our grays. And then I actually think, yeah, these are skin tones too. So your gold bands are all the skin tones. And so yeah, there's the set. That's a total of 180 pencils, and they are wax, and they're 72 cents a pencil. If you like these labels, there's a lady on Etsy who will do labels. I didn't have a printer at the time, so it was very nice to have the same until I got more sets, and now I need to go back to her on Etsy and ask if she will make the same kind of labels for all of my sets that I've added since I first went ahead and made my first order. So I'll include her link too, if that's something you're interested to. If you have a printer, I'm sure you can do this yourself with labels. So moving on to Ooly Pastel Hues. Okay, so there's a 24 set of Ooly Pastel Hues, and it sells for $19.99. There's 24 pencils, and it winds up being 83 cents a pencil. And so I'm gonna bring back these and show you where I had the Brut Funer Macaron pastel swatched. These are Ooly. Okay, so you have 24 of them. And here they are. They have a hexagon barrel. It just says Ooly. There's no number system or anything. And these are the colors. I'll give you a closer look. They are lighter, I would say. You can't, even pressing harder doesn't give you better payoff on the color. So, but I had seen them on Amazon and I wanted to give them a try. They do have the open barrel at the end. And there's, let's see here. Here you go. Here's a couple more colors. I consider these expensive for what they are. 83 cents. I went and looked up at Michael's to find them because Amazon may have something similar, but it wasn't exact. And so I looked up on Michael's because I had gotten these a while ago. And I just think 83 cents is a lot for this particular pencil. And for 24 of them, I just don't think it's worthwhile, but I did want to show you them because they are part of my pastel set, and I do use them in my pastel only book, Pocket Room by Cocowayo. So that wound up being a mid-range pencil versus the Brut Funer Macaron. So just doesn't make sense to me, but that is what it is. Okay, moving on in mid-range, we're going to the Prismacolors. The 150 set is, at the time that I'm videoing this, well, I got all my numbers yesterday, the 19th of January. So today is the 20th. Was $128.61. I know they're having sales for around $98, but just it still falls in the mid-range. So at $128.61, it's 86 cents a pencil. This is a lovely case. It's one of my favorite cases because I like the individual rather than bulking 2, 3, 4 pencils in as the previous cases did. I like that you're putting it in one slot, so each has, you know, their own space. So we'll start out looking at, here is a gray. It is the 80% cool gray, and it's, the numbering system is PC 1063. You have an open-ended barrel end, and you have Prismacolor Premier, And again, the name of the color. And so yeah, that's on each pencil. And these are wax-based pencils, of course. And let me just go ahead and show you the pencils, and then I'll show you the swatches. So I have here several of these. I have multiple colors of, so there's not one color, one pencil color per slot. I do have like a couple of these silvers, a couple of golds, blacks, whites, you name it. But we're gonna go ahead and go through here, and there are the blacks, the browns, the grays, browns, more grays, greens, and I think this is my smallest pencil, and this is Chartreuse PC 989. That's because of leaves. And then we have more of our turquoise colors and blues, cobalt blues, ultramarine blues, more periwinkle, sky blues, darker blues into purples, and moving on to more purples, reds, and pinks. And more reds, oranges, yellows, and then of course the blender pencil that I keep in here. So this is 150 plus because I do have duplicates of some colors. And yeah. Okay. And let me just go ahead and show you, oops, I lost a swatch page. Insert. Here are your colors. You have all the yellows, oranges, pinks, salmon, rosy beige, your chestnuts, lavender, lilac, and then your blues, greens. Sorry, you can't see that. So blues, and then starting down here, greens, up here greens, and then going into turquoise, and I like this muted turquoise color, and then browns, and then over here we have more browns, all of your grays, warm gray percentages, cool gray percentages, your black, and then moving on to more gray, and then metallics, silver, gold, bronze, and then neon yellow, neon orange, and neon pink. So there are your swatches. Again, a wax-based pencil. And they do have a very nice selection with the 150. And those are our Prismacolors. Again, give or take a couple of cents, they are around 86 a pencil. Okay, so the next we're moving on to is the high-end pencils. I'm considering them high-end because they're over $1.01 per pencil. And so the first one that I'm going to go through is the Tombow Aragotin, and that's this set. And this set, and this set. Okay, so let's get into our Aragotin swatches, and I'll show these up close. You have a lot of fun colors in here, and they swatch real nice. And so you have volumes like pale tone woodlands, fluorescent seascapes, pale tones, deep tones, grayish tones, dull tones, deep tones, vivid tones, pale tones. Okay, so I'm going to leave the swatches there where you can see them. And then I'm going to go through the actual sets. So here's what the sets look like. Okay, let's just put them together. Okay, so you have your volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. So there are the sets. So I'm going to start out with the volume 1 and just show you what they look like. So you have this little case and a band, and you open them up this way, and here are your colors. You have a white barrel with the color tipped end, and it says Aragetin on there. And then this color is lilac, and that's a P9 according to this. You have P9, and the color names are cute. You have lettuce green, ice green, forget-me-not blue. And so that's what these look like, and each set is categorized. So these are considered pale tones. And then here we have vivid tones. And again, you have all of your names and numbers here. And these are the vivid colors. They're sometimes hard to get back in the box. I think it's the band, to be honest. And these are the deep tones. And you have here deep tone, but you also have like your forest greens, elm green, olive yellow, autumn colors. I would consider these autumn colors, yeah. So again, they're very pretty package. I mean, definitely the packaging is wonderful. It's not practical, but we're here to show and have fun, so that's what we're doing. Let me just take them out like this. Okay, in this set we have pale tones, your pastel-y colors, rose pink, apricot, gamboge, straw yellow, spring green, mint green, turquoise, celeste blue, hyacinth blue, and crocus. Very, very pretty pastel shades. And here we have our deep tone 2, it's called. So deep tone 2's more autumn colors. You have plum, maroon, terracotta, bamboo, mustard, moss green, cactus green, and indigo. And then here you have your light grayish tones. So here you have that. You have colors like fawn, mist green, quartz green, porcelain blue, sea fog. Again, very pretty. They're very pretty to look at. That's for sure. And then the last set. Now the price point on these is, first of all, they're wax pencils, and it's 90 pencils, and they come out to $1.08 a pencil. These are the fluorescents, beautiful fluorescent colors, all your neons, so those are real nice. Here you have your very pale tone. So another pastel looking set. I think the other was called pale tone. This is very pale tone. Yeah. And then here we have dull tone. And in here we have colors like cedarwood, cinnamon, oil yellow, verdigris, hummingbird, jay blue, hydrangea blue, heather, Tyrian blue, purple. So yeah, very, very, very pretty colors. There's no doubt they're very pretty. Very nice, very cute, sitting on your shelf in your room. No doubt about it. How practical they are is for you to decide. So again, there are your swatches, and you know, you can see they're very, very pretty colors. Very, very nice. I think it's a unique set to have. I will give other opinions later on in the video, so make sure you're staying tuned. And now the next one we have are the Lyra Rembrandt Polycolor. They're an oil-based color pencil. There's a 72 set, and each pencil is $1.17. All right, here are the Lyra Rembrandt Polycolors. And let me just give you a better shot here so you can see. This is my case for the Lyra Rembrandt Polycolors. I love these smaller cases, by the way. They hold a lot of pencils, and they're small, and they have a little handle. Okay, so on these pencils, you have a wood barrel with a color tip at the end, and you have number 18, for instance. You have 20000, and then 18, and it says Scarlet Lake. I'll try to get you up closer so you can see the whole pencil. And we start off with the whites and the yellows, oranges, reds, pinks, purples, more purples, blues, turquoise, greens, and then moving into some brown, some red, and for instance, what is this color? This is the orange yellow, yeah. And then this color is a light gray. It looks like a white, but it's not. So you have your grays and your blacks. And then with Lyra, you get a Rembrandt Splendor pencil, and then you get you get two of these here, and I've just used a lot of one. So these are very great for blending these pencils. They're even good to blend other pencils. And remember, the Lyra are an oil pencil, so these also work on polychromos and other oil-based pencils. So there are the actual pencils. Something else with Lyra that they provide is a 12 set giant skin color set. And I'll show you. They're big chunky pencils, and I do have to have a special sharpener because they are big uns. Okay. So here are these giant pencils, and those are their swatches. So again, you have the wood-based barrel. It says Color Giants Skin Tone Lyra. You have an open bottom, and again, these are the colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It didn't look like 12, but it is 12. Let me show you. There you go. Let me see if I can move my light. Yeah, so you can see a little better. Okay. So yeah, those are the skin tones for the Lyra Rembrandt Polycolor. And they are very nice to use. These are the only pencils I didn't use in the coloring page that I'm going to show you, where I used all the pencil sets together. But I did want to show you because I did have these, and they're super chunky and fun pencils. And if you have big areas on a portrait, like Mariola Budek or some of the other portrait design artists, they're very good to lay down a lot of color. And here's the bottom of your barrels. So you have a lot of different colors there. And then the other thing that I have in this case are the Castle Arts skin tone. These are in here as well. And I keep a complexion watercolor set in here. And those are the colors there. I know not pencil related, but I'm kind of using this as a skin tone, sorry for that, skin tone set, if you will. So I just keep them next to my desk. And they were part of Lyra, so I wanted to show you that. So yeah, there's your swatches. There's the pencils. You know, they're a slim pencil and they're very nice in the hand. I have smaller hands, so I enjoy smaller pencils, but I also enjoy chunky ones too. So there are your Lyra or Lyra, however you prefer to pronounce it. And then next up we have the Derwent Color Soft Wax Base Pencil. It is $1.24 per pencil in a 72 set. There we go. Now, I do not have the 72 set. I only have a few. I ordered them open stock on Blick. So where are new color softs? Here we go. I have it in this case here because I have a smaller number of them. There we go. Okay. These are beautiful pencils. They live up to their name, soft, color soft. Here you have a brown barrel and you have it dipped in the color. You have a silver band. You have white C720, and of course it's from England, and the Derwent Color Soft is on there. And this is, in comparison to the Lyra that we just saw, it is a bigger, thicker barrel, comfortable size pencil. And I have a variety of colors here. I have the white, black, grays, some browns, yellows, greens, red, orange, pinks, purple, a lilac, and then some blues. So I thought that was a good set to start me off. And I really do like these pencils. And here are the swatches. So we have your cream, yellow, orange, red, blush pink, and then back to the pink and the bright lilac, purple, indigo, electric blue, and then here we have some peach, ochre, browns, black, grays, and then some browns down here and some greens. And that is the Derwent Color Soft. Again, 72 pencil set, $1.24 per pencil, and they are wax based. Next up is the Derwent Chroma Flow wax pencil. There is a 72 set. I don't have the 72, but the price per pencil is $1.28. And here's the Chroma Flow. Oops. Oh yeah. Okay. So here are the colors that I have, and there was some rub off from the Arctics on here. But there is Sun Yellow, Flame, Scarlet, Blush Pink, Lilac, Denim Blue, Basil, Grass Green, Natural Brown, Black, and White. These are very vibrant colors that they have here. They are a black barrel, and they have gold lettering. Here you have the Sun Yellow. It's got a number 1. It's got the color dip end with a gold band. So there you have it. And here is a blue 13. So yeah, the colors are very vibrant, even in just the 12 set. And those are, again, wax based and $1.24 per pencil. The next one up we have are the Faber-Castell Polychromos, oil-based, 120 set, comes to around $1.78 per pencil. Now a lot of these, when I checked whether they had like a 72 set versus 120, it still wound up being the same amount per pencil. So I just wanted to make that clear too. So let's get out some Polychromos. Okay, and here's the case that I have for my Polychromos. All right, so we have the color of the pencil barrel, and then we have, this is a color, it says orange glaze. See if you could see that. And this is color 113. It does have a light fast stars on it. You have a closed barrel and a gold band. And then you have the Polychromos Faber-Castell, made in Britain, on there. Hopefully there you can see it. Okay. All right, so I have my yellows, orange, pinks, my beige red here. Is this ivory? Yeah, it's the ivory. And then going into some more oranges, reds, and purpley colors, and then some blues. I love these turquoise colors. As you can tell, this is a favorite. This is the cobalt green. There you go. Very, very pretty color. And then your blues, I have more yellow greens, and then greens, and then browns, grays, and black. And so there are the Polychromos. And here are the swatches. I want to be able to show you a little closer. You have all of our greens, and have like Venetian reds, and then browns, and so on. So I do not have the full set, so there are missing some grays and Naples yellow, light yellow ochre, a permanent green. So I am missing a few, but again, at the end, I will share some thoughts about having some of these higher end sets and accumulating them over time. And the next ones I have are the Caran d'Ache Pablos. They are an oil wax mix, as they say. And for 120 set, you have $1.84 per pencil. And that's gonna be the Pablos. And here are my Pablos. Caran d'Ache very nicely provides some of these labels here. So that is my label for these. And let me go ahead and get my Pablo swatches out. Okay. I'll show you all of them in a minute, but I'll just give you some here in view. All right, so these pencils have a hexagon barrel, and you have your color here, orange 30 with light fast. You have a gold band. Here it says permanent color Pablo Caran d'Ache, Swiss made. There you go. And it does have the tip on the end. Oops, putting it in the wrong spot. All right, so I have my yellows, my oranges, browns, grays, some gold, silver, greens, blues, blue, and then purples, pinks, and this is the white. And then here are the pinks. So yeah, these are very nice pencils. They are nice to hold in the hand and they don't roll off your desk. That's one of the benefits of those. And here are the color swatches. So we had our grays, yellows, moving into orange, and red, pink, purple. And then purples, greens, a raspberry red, ruby red down here with an empire green. Sorry you couldn't see that. And then an orange, I don't know. They have these very mixed, but browns and your bronze, silver, and gold down at the bottom. So there are your Pablos. Again, they are an oil wax base and $1.84 per pencil. And the next one are the Derwent drawing pencils. I only have 3 because I bought them in open stock. And here we go. All right. So here they are. They have a brown barrel. And it says Derwent Drawing Smoke Blue 3810. It has the color dipped end and a gold band. And they're muted colors. And when I went to Blick, when I did my last haul, at the end I showed you my trip to Pittsburgh, downtown Pittsburgh, and I went to the Blick store and I got some of these in open stock because I wanted to try them. And here are the swatches. So we have a smoke blue, an olive earth, and yellow ochre. And they come in 24. And they're $2.02 per pencil. So that's why I have 3. But they are a nice pencil, and they are all muted colors. So moving on to the next one is Holbein pencils, and they're an oil wax base. For 150, they're $2.02. So the exact price of these Derwent Drawing. You can get Holbeins. Here are my Holbeins. I got these through a subscription service. I believe it was Palettefull Packs, and I was subscribed to another one, so I wound up getting all of these through those packs. And let me get to my Holbein swatches for you. So you have the colored barrel, and you have the Holbein. You have the Holbein Artist Colored Pencil Gold Band. And then you have the number 430 and Wisteria, and then you have Light Fast. Okay, so I have the Cherry Blossom, which is this swatch here, and then Rose, which is this color here, and Naples Yellow, and Lettuce Green, Cobalt Green, and then Sky Blue and Wisteria. And you can tell that I love these. Oops, I have a Prisma. I also got that at, the light peach for the Prisma at Blick, so that's why they're in there. But you can see I love these pencils. As far as buying a full set, you know, they're on the expensive end, so I do wind up combining these with some of my other sets quite frequently, as they are small. So I put these little stragglers here and this here. Okay, so that's Holbein. We have 2 more. So Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils. They're a wax base, and they're $2.31 per pencil. The 76 set is what I was looking at online as far as price. I do have the 100. I could not find the 100 on Amazon at the time. So I keep the Luminance in the box because it's probably the safest spot for them. And here are the swatches. They have very pretty colors. And I'll leave that down there. And then here, I mean, the box is beautiful for sure. And then here you go, you have a wood barrel. It says Luminance 6901, and then your color here is blue Christical, and the number is 671. You have the color tipped on the back, and they are a beautiful pencil for sure. And they come packaged very well. Each one is in a foam insert. So you have, those were the greens that I showed you. These are blues, pinks, oranges, yellows, creams, and whites. And then here for instance, I'll show you this one. This is violet, ultramarine violet, and it's number 630. And then here is a yellow ochre, number 34. So yeah, they come, each one is in a foam insert, so it protects them very well. And then the last is your muted colors and grays. And then they have their own special blender. Full blender made by Cavendish. And they're very helpful to blend these pencils, for sure. So there's the pencil set. I think I had the box on backwards last time. And they say the highest light fast, and it does come with the pencil blender and a full blender. All right, and again, these are the swatches. Coming in last as the most expensive pencil that I own is the Derwent Lightfast, and because they're the most expensive, I have 12 of them, but they come in at $3.21. They do have 100 set. They are oil based, and my Lightfast swatches are here. So I have, all right, so I have the Sun Yellow, Salmon Pink, Scarlet, Violet, Mid Ultramarine, Mallard Green, Brown Ochre, Yellow Ochre, Sandstone, and Natural Brown, Black, and White, and that white just, it got muddied. Let's see if I could do a different, if you can even see it. No, can't see it, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, you have a wood barrel, and it shows made in Britain, Derwent Lightfast. This is the white LF1. It has a like black stripe, and then the color tip on the back. And so that is the Lightfast pencils. They are beautiful pencils. But for now, I have the 12. Okay? So that completes my collection. Now I want to move on to my thoughts about these, because I did write some notes. And along with those notes, I'm going to show you this book, The Vintage My Room, where I tested all the pencils. So let me make sure you can see all of this, and I'm going to give you a close-up because the light's blurring out some of it. So we have Polychromos, Castle Arts, Color, and then here I have the Indra Creative Pastel, and then Chromaflow here. Holbein's is on this bottom portion of the shoe. We have the Art X, the Cavendish Luminance, the Derwent Color Soft here, Derwent Lightfast, the Prismacolor Black Widow on this shoe, the Lyra Polycolors on the earrings, and then over here I have the Derwent drawing pencils. I have 3, so I used 2 colors. And then the Brute Funer Macaron pencils, the Cavendish Pablos I had done here, and I wanted to do a second attempt, so I did that. And then I just want to see, yeah, I think the colors come in a little better if I take some of the light off. So my second attempt at Pablo's, this was the first. There, okay. And then the Tombow Aragetin and the Spearfarben And then Brute Funer Squares. No, I did do the Uli. I did do the Uli. So I did do it, but we'll get to why. I already did say why I don't recommend them. But yeah, so here's the page. And I'm going to leave that here. So while I speak to you about my notes. All right. Okay, so Prismacolor, you know, it's a very popular pencil. It's mid-range pencil. And in my mid-range, I have the Prismacolor, the Black Widow Scorpion, which is why I put those next to each other. And then the Castle Arts is up here. Okay. And believe it or not, the Couleur is what I consider a budget pencil. And of all of the ones that I think I did on these 2 pages, I like the Couleur the best. And it's the least expensive pencil at 19 cents a pencil. And you get 300 of them. So there's that. The Tombow Aragetin over here. They are nice pencils. I don't know how practical they are as far as using them as like an everyday color. They're fun to pull out every now and then to use. And the packaging is beautiful for sure. But the convenience of them, I don't know, is there. The quality is good. I just don't know if the convenience factor is there and if anybody is really pulling them out on a frequent basis. I have not heard yet anyone saying that they're always going to the Tombows. Markers, different beast, but they are a beautiful set for sure. They're very aesthetically pleasing, and so that's my opinion on those. The Derwent drawing pencils, you know, I enjoy coloring in bright colors, and I think this set would tone me down a little bit because they are muted tones. And I was just speaking to one of my subscribers yesterday, and we both said, like, we go to bright colors and it would be nice, you know, to have a muted set that you went to. And they're lovely to color in. They're creamy and comfortable to hold. They're subtle shades. They're a wax pencil. They do have only 24 colors right now. I don't know if that will ever change, but they are definitely creamy, smoothie, buttery, all the things. The Uli, which I didn't think that I did anything on here. I just don't recommend because you have a low count of 24. They do blend okay, but you have to press hard. And I just don't think 83 cents a pencil is worth it, to be honest. And then the Derwent Lightfast is where you're probably spotting it before me. Okay, here's the Derwent Lightfast. Now, I have to say, you have to consider the paper first. And this, it's good paper, you know, it's like a cardstocky feel. And so it can be, it's smooth, right? Doesn't feel like it has much tooth. So my Luminance, I would say, performed, or sorry, the Lightfast and the Luminance, I will say, performed the worst. The most expensive pencils performed the worst on these pages for me. Again, remember, these are my opinions. This is, you know, something that I put together, so I'm sure there can be, you know, opposite opinions. But I have smears and smudges, which is why I didn't even finish this one with the Luminance. And then on the Lightfast, again, when I went to go blend, it's just, I gotta show you up close. See, it's super smudgy right here when I blended, even over here. It's just not cute. And the Luminance, the same. Super smeary. Yeah, not cute. I do love those pencils. For this particular paper, not loving it. It probably likes a toothy paper. And you know, they're professional grade pencils. And here's where I get to my opinion. Because these have light fast, right, ratings, I don't know that an adult colorist, unless you're hanging your work on a wall, because you wouldn't be selling them, right? You may give them to family, yeah, as presents, maybe frame them or whatever. That I can understand maybe wanting to use a light fast pencil. I just don't think they're necessary for the hobby of adult coloring. Even those of us who are doing YouTube, you know, I just wouldn't think that a light fast pencil, unless it's just your favorite pencil to work with and they're more comfortable for you, excuse me, fantastic. Otherwise, I just, you know, don't see the need. I'll go ahead and comment on the Chroma Flow. A similar thing happened with it. The Chroma Flow are, I'm just referring to my notes, they're $1.28 a pencil. Excuse me. Just, again, it can be the paper. Maybe these, you know, artist grade pencils, you know, not loving this paper. Although for us colorists, this is like great paper. This is what we want in our books. So, you know, take that for what it is. On the Caran d'Ache Pablos, I did this. I wasn't, you know, too terribly thrilled, so I wound up doing this one. Again, a little smearage. I just think the more expensive pencils in this case, the higher end, right? The higher end, like your $2, although, you know, Derwent Drawing is in that, but it's kind of like a specialty pencil. So I don't know you can really count that, but the Pablos are okay. They did better than the Luminance, I think, and the Light Fast as far as the Pablos go. And I do love these, you know, pencils, for sure. Okay, so moving on. Arctics was a super surprise. It has wonderful blending. They're easy to use, they're easy on the hand. They feel soft or hard depending on the pressure that you're putting on the pencil. So, you know, I may venture into the 126 set just because I like them so much. And then put them in a different case, because to be honest, even the next, the reviews on the 126 where people say like the boxing is a little better, it opens up and whatnot, I still don't think I would want to budge with that. I would probably want it in a case. That's just me personally. Again, it's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. You know, the Luminance have very little wax bloom, you know, but they smear on good paper for coloring. They're expensive. The Prismacolors, you know, here, you know, I had a fine time doing, you know, the coloring on the Prismacolor. They do break easily. The points, they break all of the time. Any kind of heavy pressure, I'm constantly breaking, having to go in and use my electric eraser to go in, and in fact, I broke a pencil here. Oops, this always goes on. I broke a pencil here, and so now I have, like, you know, where I kind of wore off the paper to get it, you know, erased. There's now a slight blemish, if you could see right here. There's two little, like, white spots. Yeah, because I broke a pencil and I had to redo. But, you know, Prismacolors have a wide variety of colors, and they are widely used in the coloring community, and I respect that. I will say for myself, it may be an unpopular belief, but I honestly prefer the Color over the Prismacolor, and they're certainly cheaper. The Prismacolor is coming in at 86 cents a pencil. These are 19 cents a pencil. Just, I think, you know, you can make a beautiful coloring page with the Color. You can make a beautiful page with all of these pencils. In different papers, I'm sure the Luminance, the Lightfast, the Pablos may do amazing. But would you use a Luminance, Caran d'Ache Pablo, or Derwent Lightfast on your Amazon papers? Probably not. I mean, you can do whatever you want, whatever you enjoy doing. I just don't think that it's necessary. And that is my opinion. The Black Widows here, I used the Scorpion pencils, 2 pencils. It did fine. As far as, you know, Prismacolor, it was a little better on the Prismacolor, minus breakage of the tip and then leaving a dark mark, because I do tend to press heavy. I have a condition where my fingers sometimes, well, I have tingling in the tips of my fingers sometimes, and so pressing hard, you know, is something that I do just kind of keep a grip on a pencil, and some pencils are going to break more easily in my hands because of that. But you know, both of these are nice pencils, and I know a lot of people like to flip between the two, and without having the exact colors, they're pretty close. You know, I would say the blending is not as great on this shoe in the Black Widow, but that can be user error. Because let's talk about that. It can be user error. The Derwent Color Soft, this turned out beautifully. The blending was nice. They're super, you know, soft and easy to use. I just want to get, oh, here. So I have good blending. They have a durable core, and detail-wise, I would say, well, out there in the community, as far as what I could read and research, they say that the details can be poor. And I think because it is such a soft pencil, that can be the case in some of these pencils. But I like how this little picture turned out for sure, and I'll continue to use those Color Soft. I do like them, and they're a wax base. The Lyra Polycolors, I think the earrings turned out really great. They are a harder pencil in my opinion. Sometimes even a little scratchy, but I will say even with both of those, it's an oil pencil, so it's easier to blend. As far as price, the Lyra were $1.17 per pencil. I think it's totally worth it for a high range pencil. Like if I could choose out of all of the high range, well, I say that between the Color Soft, Polychromos, and the Polycolors, I do love my Polychromos. I do use them a lot. I could have done more shading and blending in here, but I was just trying to get, you know, a good example without doing perfect coloring on here. I don't know. I think I would go with the Lyra Polycolor. I just would. I like the finished product a little better. But Polychromos I love on Mariela Budek hair, any kind of portraits. You get a nice tip on those. They're very nice. You do get a nice tip on the Polycolor as well. But there is a slight difference in price with your Polychromos at $1.78 per pencil, and then your Polycolor, the Lyra Polycolor, is $1.17. They're both oil. These are both oil pencils. I just think the Lyra Polycolor turned out better. But I know the art community loves the polychromos, and I do too. So no worries there. The Holbeins, you know, I only had a few colors. As far as my opinions on those, they're soft, but they're expensive. And I'd say the blending was not as great as I thought for an expensive pencil. It's $2.02 per pencil. I just think they're in a league of their own, along with some of these upper end pencils, the Luminance, the Lightfast, and whatnot. The other thing I want to say about the Pablos is that they hurt my hands when I was blending. I really had to get in there to, you know, create some blending. And so what I tried to do with each pencil, like this is a blend of the two colors. And then this is the light color, and then this is a blend. This is the light color, the dark color, this is the blend. This is the blend, this is the light color, and then the darker color here. So I tried to do a blend. On the Brute Funer squares, we haven't talked about those yet. Let me just bring my computer back up. The Brute Funer squares are 24 cents a pencil, and they're oil. So as far as oil pencils, these Lyra Color and the Pablos, Brute Funer squares, this turned out very nice too. So don't discount Brute Funer squares as an oil pencil. They blended well. I probably could have done more blending on the inside of the shoe. My hand was getting tired from swatching all of those colored pencils, you know. So again, I didn't have perfect coloring, but I did want to give you an example of what each one of these was. And I think this turned out real nice too. Brute Funer squares are, here on my notes, they're a low cost budget pencil. The core and the barrel match on these, and of course being oil based, they're easy to blend. I think for your money, these are great. I want to move on to the Spreadsheet. Here is this purse. The price point is low for the quality. I think these are good pencils. These are an oil pencil too. There's no bloom, but there is a sheen. And I'll try to show you. See, they have a sheen on them. So you may or may not like that, but these pencils do very nicely, and they're comfortable in the hand. And like I said, they're 45 cents per pencil. So really, really good. So I have a don't recommend on the Uli pastel hues. They're just not worth it. The Indra Creative pastel set, they did pretty nicely here. I really don't have any complaints. They blended well. The value for the money, they are a break resistant lead. And I do press kind of hard on them, and I didn't have breakage. We had our budget pencils, our mid-range pencils, and our high-end pencils. And so I'm going to give you my favorites now that we're at the end of the video. I hope you made it through this. I hope this was helpful. One thing I wanted to share during this video was on your high-end pencil sets, such as your Lyra Polycolor, Derwent Color Soft Polychromos, Derwent Lightfast, Luminance, Holbein, Pablos. Did I mention Polychromos? Anyway, you do have the option of buying those through Blick in open stock. The only one that you cannot do open stock for now are the Derwent ChromaFlows. You do have to buy a set. So one of the things that I wanted to mention about some of your budget pencils, the Color, Brute Funer, Arctics, and Spreadsheet, is that you would have to buy the set again in order to replace your colors. I feel personally that I would have no problem replacing my Color 300 pencils because of the price. You have $55.99 for a set of 300. I'd be willing to buy 300 to have replacements, whereas on your higher end pencils, you can buy them through open stock. And I just mentioned Blick because I alternate where I buy from, Amazon or Blick, depending on whether I want to buy open stock, such as with the Derwent drawing pencils that I showed you. I was able to buy the 3, and you know, they only have a 24 set, but they're available on open stock, so I can add slowly, you know, a couple pencils at a time and not have it break the bank. So it's just something that I wanted to mention that I didn't my first go around. I'm going to insert this part before I give my final view and end the video. I believe budget pencil wise that the Color are for sure my favorite. They're a wax pencil. They blend beautifully, all the things. And then Brute Funer squares. Actually, let me put it this way. I'll go with wax and oil. So Color and Arctics, these two are my favorite budget pencil. And then the Brute Funer squares and the Speer Farben are my next two on the budget pencils. On the mid-range, I said Prismacolor and Castle Arts. Those are my favorites. And then on the high end, the Lyra Polycolor, the Derwent Color Soft, the Polychromos. So Lyra and Polychromos are oil, and then wax on the Derwent Color Soft. And then for specialty pencils, I'd say the Derwent Drawing, even though I only have 3 pencils and I have not owned them long. I can tell this would be a pencil that I would love. And then as far as a collector set, the Tombow Arageton, you really can't go wrong. It's beautiful packaging. They look lovely on a shelf. I just don't know how often you'd be pulling them off that shelf to use them. But those are my opinions. Those are my thoughts. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you got the information that you wanted out of this video. A lot of subscribers had requested that I do a pencil collection, and I just thought I would take it to the next level and do a review. I have been coloring for, let's see, 8 months. I have my YouTube channel, and I'd say I colored maybe a month prior to that, but I always loved art and no professional training or anything, but I do have research in my background, so I did enjoy doing all of the research of all this. And let's just honestly say, Color, fantastic pencil for the price. I keep looking at that and I love that, and the Arctics, it's just lovely. So if you have any varying opinions or same opinions, please leave the comments below. I am linking all of the products that I showed you and used in the description with the links. I am an Amazon affiliate, so I get cents on many dollars if you do click on those links. So if you're interested in any of these, that does help my channel. So do likes and comments and subscribing. So until the next video, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy coloring. Bye-bye.